Little progress report. So we've gone over the seat pretty good, and it seems like almost all of the stuff that was on here came off. I mean, it's just a couple little gunky spots on here and a couple places where I'm pretty sure if I just get to it a little bit harder, it'll come off. But that's the seat. I'd say looks pretty clean. I mean, it almost like doesn't even look like it's used. Just got a looks like a little cigarette burn there. Once we got the seats pulled, we saw that there were some cigarette butts under the seats. That's always nice. You wonder if somebody's smoking and dropping cigarettes inside the car. But progress report, we got everything pulled out from the inside. We got the floor mats pulled out. We got what this appears to be the original floor mats. We got them pulled out and just cleaned them off. We're just going to throw them back in. But we got everything out of the trunk so that this is all cleaned out now. Pulled the spare tire out and washed it real good. But it ended up being that the trunk doesn't actually have any rust holes. There's a couple, looks like some like manufactured holes that are in the trunk floor here. And I don't know if this spot right here was supposed to be for a spare tire, and there was like a bracket or something that held the spare tire in place. I'm guessing that's what this shape right here is. Maybe a spare tire and then like a jack or something in front of it. But none of that's in here. None of the lining or any of the wall. If there's wall plastic that's in here, none of that's in here. And it looks like that. Let's see. Just checking some of the wiring. This is actually the there's a little license plate light that's in the hood, because the hood, the seal that's here actually hits here. So this section of the trunk is actually outside of the trunk space. So that light that's there actually illuminates the license plate light. We cleaned this up a little bit. So what we've done so far just for cleaning is we went through and just used some WD-40 and just kind of knocked down the gunk around all the edges and inside the trunk door here. And then we went inside all 4 doors. Now, one of the things that I noticed was the front door really didn't want to open. You had to mess with this a lot, and it was because the lock here, this was so dirty that it would stick. So I used a screwdriver and a shop cloth and sprayed WD-40 in here and just worked this over and over and over again and just wiped off all the dirt and excess. That's where that hits. So that little pin that's over there just slides in and pushes this, and then this rotates down and locks onto that pin. And then when you pull the door handle, this is supposed to just pop back the way it is now, and it wouldn't do that with the inside handle or the outside handle. So I got that cleaned up. Like I said, we just did kind of in here just real rough, just kind of cleaned up inside, all around the edges on the inside all the way down. And then I also went through and just sprayed the hinges themselves, so the doors are easier to open and close. We pulled all the interior out of here. Sorry, any of the big chunky dirt stuff we pulled out of here, and took the floor mats out of here. Those only actually the driver's floor mat, but this ended up being the area that is the ground that you can see through there. That's sunlight reflecting underneath the car. So this part of the floor pan here is rusted pretty well. You can see a good bit of sunlight through there. It's really, really thin. I don't know if that's from, if there was a leak somewhere and there was water that was getting in here and just sitting or what, but as you can see, there's quite a bit. I'm not even sure. This must be some kind of little access plate so you can open. I don't think there would be anything under here. I'm not sure what that little door thing is for, but it's all part of the process of figuring this out. The lights work, headlights work. The car runs, it idles kind of weird because it idles kind of weird because what am I trying to say? It's been a hot day. We've been out here working in the heat. Probably not the best idea, but yeah, the brake booster diaphragm, if I haven't already mentioned that, I think the brake booster diaphragm might be shot, so the vacuum that it's pulling on the engine, it's not pulling the vacuum correctly. You know, you notice things like this where the top of the pin there is so wallowed out that there's nothing there anymore. So that's something that could just pop off. So there's stuff to work on. And we pulled everything out of the back in here, vacuumed everything out all the way around, inside and out. But now all the doors easily open and closed. My daughter's noticed already that you do have to use some force to get these open. This is literally, this pink dust here on the floor is ground is just some of the inside paneling. It's so deteriorated when it came out. Like I said, the passenger seat almost hadn't really even been used, but the driver's seat is just shredded. I mean, the person that I bought it from said that there was a older lady that had it, and she drove it for a long time, and I think she must have been the one that put the dent in the door and stuff like that. We found the side trim piece, but I'm probably just gonna take all of them off and buff it down and just get rid of this trim on the edges on the side of the car anyway. We did find the marker light that's missing from the front, where this front fender got hit. There was a marker light that was missing. The bulb and the socket for that are actually inside there. It's just sitting inside the hole, but yeah, the marker light got pulled out. Didn't find too much that's useful in the vehicle. A bunch of parts that I kind of showed before. There's some ducting for the blower housing for the air conditioning system, and there was the original carburetor. It's got a new carburetor in it. It's the same exact carburetor as far as I was told, but found a couple tools, and we're missing a door handle. There's an extra headlight in there, but we're missing not the door handle on the inside of this door. We're missing a window crank. So just as a quick fix, I found a Dorman part for it and ordered the window crank. That's the one that goes here, and it's the one for this door is missing. Now the window cranks that are on here, they all look like this anyway, where the knob is actually missing. There's no knob there. So I ordered some replacements. They're like $5 each, but pretty much just going through the vehicle and cleaning and sorting and just doing what we can for now. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and we'll just keep updating as we go.